Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay!
Welcome to math.
Another day of word problems. We are
That's
so
right.
close to the end of this unit, Miss Lime.
We have done so much work setting up a word problem, choosing strategies, generating our own word problems. I feel like I've really learned a lot working with them.
I do too, and I know that in our everyday lives, we have our own word problems that we have to solve. So this doesn't
That's
just
right.
stop at the end of the unit. You can make word problems at home too about the things that you're doing every day.
That's so right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our target so we know exactly what we are learning today. It says I can solve start, change, and result unknown word problems.
Wow, those are the three type of word problems that we've been working on for a very long time.
That's right. And I remember when it's a start, change, or result unknown, I'm going to have that special mystery box so I know what I'm solving for.
Well, let's go ahead and get started with our first word problem.
It says there were 12 girls at my house. There were also 4 boys. How many kids were at my house?
Well, Miss Lime, we have a question that we're going to have to solve. And so the first part, should we make our number sentence?
Yeah, I think that we should. I think that we should set our problem up. Let's see, there were 12 girls at my house. Well, that's the start. That's how it began. So we have 12 girls.
So I am putting a 12 at the start of my problem.
Then it says there were also 4 boys.
Okay, so
Also.
I know that it changes. I have 4 boys.
Well, nobody left, Miss Lestico. It's saying there were girls and boys.
Oh. So when it says and, I know that I'm usually combining my 2 pieces. So I'm combining how many girls and boys there were. So I'm going to equal a plus sign.
A plus sign. And then it says, how many kids were at my house? Oh.
So it wants to know how many kids all together are at my house. So I'm going to have to find my result, or how many girls plus boys were at my house. So this is going to be my mystery box. Well, I see that I have 2 different strategies that I can use to solve this. I'm going to go ahead and use the number line. I know that I am starting with 12 girls. So I'm going to find 12 on my number line, and I'm going to circle it. And when I use my number line, I know that the jumps that I make, I have to wait until I make my first jump to count 1. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I land on my 4th jump, I circle it so I know which number I landed on. And, oh, Miss Lime, it shows that we had 16.
That's a lot of kids in one house, Miss Lestico. 16.
16. So my result at the end would be 16 kids.
But if we were going to solve it on a 10 frame, I would say, oh, I start with 12, so I'm going to fill in 12. Now, I know you don't always have counters, so look, just like I'm drawing, you can draw. There we go. I have 12. I filled in one entire 10 frame and then just 2 parts of the next one. Then it says plus 4, so I'm going to add 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can count it all together and I see, oh, I got the same answer, 16.
All right, here's our next word problem. It says, Lucy made a house with some big toy blocks. Then she joined 13 small blocks. Altogether, she used 17 blocks. How many big toy blocks did she use? All right, well, Miss Lime's going to help us set up this number sentence, so we're looking for the start of our problem. So our mystery number is going to be how many big toy blocks she used. It says then she joined 13 small blocks. So if we're joining...
Oh, she's putting them together, so we're adding.
She's adding some more small blocks. So Miss Lime is going to add 13 small blocks. And then it says all together she used 17 blocks. So I know all together means what it equals. So Miss Lima is putting equals 17 toy blocks because that's how many she used all together.
Okay. Well, you know what, Miss Lustico? I think I'm going to use a draw picture strategy to help me solve. I don't know how many she started with, but I do know it changed. She added 13 small blocks. So I'm going to draw 13 and their blocks, so I'm just going to draw squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And then it says I have a total of 17. I am not going to draw 17 more blocks because I'm not adding 17. It equals 17. So let's see. I have 13 already. I need to draw more until I get to 17. And I'm just going to draw them over here. So I have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I got to 17.
Well, how many did you add, Miss Lime?
I'm not done yet, Miss Lustico. I have to figure that out.
Oh.
I used 2 different colors because it's easier to tell. If you're just using your pencil, maybe you could do squares in like circles or something like that.
That's true. Or since she had small blocks and big blocks, you could draw 13 small boxes and
however many more.
Big ones.
But it looks like, Miss Lustico, I had to draw 4. So she started with 4 big blocks. Okay, we're going to do one more. It says Meg had 15 tokens for the arcade. She used some. Well, she used them, Miss Lustico. Does she still have them?
No, I think she's getting less tokens, so we're going to have to subtract some tokens.
Oh, and she used some. I don't know how many that is, Miss Lustico.
Well, then I'm going to have to put a mystery box because we don't know how many some is yet.
Now she has 6 tokens left.
So if she has them left, that means her result at the end would be 6 tokens.
How many did she use on the game? So I'm looking for how many she used, and yeah, that's where my mystery box is.
Oh, very good. All right, so I remember when we do part holes with subtraction, our boss number, so the biggest number in subtraction, is going to go in our hole. So I had 15 tokens, so I'm going to make 15 dots. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I know that she used some. So one of my parts would be how many she used, but I don't know how many that is yet. And I know that my other part would be how many she had left at the end. And I know that that's 6. So I can take 6 of my tokens off, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and move them down here for my 6 tokens that she had left.
And if you had your counters, we know you would just move them, but sometimes you might have to use a pencil, and so this is a good way you can do that.
That's true. And then I can just see how many I have left, so how many I didn't cross off to put in my other part. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to draw in my other part. So I know that if I had 9 and brought them together and then had 6 and brought them together, it should equal my 15 that was in the hole or the start of my problem.
So she had 9 tokens that she used in her game. It's your turn. On Seesaw, we have some word problems for you to practice.
It's going to be 2 word problems, so there are 2 different pages. And there's a bunch of strategies that you can use to solve your word problem, to show us that you know how to solve your result and start and change unknown word problems with strategies.
Make sure you set up your your number sentence, show us the box so we know what you're solving for, and push the green check mark when you're done.